Monday, 17 February 2025, students from a number of universities held demonstrations entitled Indonesia Gelap in a number of areas in the country. They rejected a number of government policies that were not pro-people, especially related to budget efficiency. In addition, they also rejected the revision of the mineral and coal mining law related to mining concession for universities and push for the ratification of the asset confiscation law. The chairman of the Student Executive Council of the Antasari State Islamic University in South Kalimantan, Abdurrahman, said that the action entitled Indonesia Gelap was held simultaneously in several regions of Indonesia to highlight the various polemics caused by Prabowo Subianto and Gibran Rakabuming Raka resumed during the 100 working days. In Jakarta, the Indonesia Gelap demonstration initiated by the All Indonesia Student Executive Board lasted until evening before dispersing.
Not only on Monday, 17, 2025, the Indonesia Gelap demonstration rolled again in several regions yesterday. Semarang, for example, hundreds of students who are members of the FES Sumatra Student Executive Board Alliance held an Indonesia Gelap demonstration in Forn, the Central Java Regional People's Representative Council Office and the Semarang City DPRD. They came carrying banners, cardboard, and paper containing writings critical of the government. Just like the student demonstration in several regions on the first day, Monday in yesterday's demonstration, the action coordinator gave speech criticizing the government's policy in the first 100 days of the Prabowo Gibran administration. In addition to asking for an evaluation of the efficiency policy, students are pushing for the draft law or RUU on customary law communities and the draft law on asset confiscation.
The government considered the student demonstration titled Indonesia Gelap as a normal way to express opinions. However, the students want to be more observant, especially regarding demands for budget efficiency, which is President Prabowo Subianto policy. Because efficiency does not affect the education budget, Minister of State Secretary Prasetyo Hadi, when met at the Parliament complex in Jakarta, he said that the government has no problem with student demonstration because expression opinion is something that is normal and common. Prasetyo appealed to students to be more observant in understanding the budget efficiency policy. As in the joint press conference, Finance Minister Sri Mulyani and the DPR leadership on Friday, 14 February 2025, there was no efficiency at all targeting the education budget.
The DPR and the government continue to discuss the revision of Law Number 34 of 2004 on the TNI despite opposition from students. The revision the TNI law has drawn resistance from students in several regions yesterday because it is feared that it will increase the number of active TNI soldiers filling civilian positions. Disproportionately creating repression and hindering democratic life. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives from the Golkar Party faction, Edis Kadir, while leading a plenary meeting at the Parliament Complex, Jakarta, explained that the DPR leadership had received presidential letter number R12 President to 2025 on February 13, 2025 regarding the discussion of the TNI bill RUU. In the letter, the President has appointed the government representative to discuss the TNI bill with the DPR. Not only that, the TNI bill was decided to be included in the 2025 proclamation. In other words, the discussion of the TNI bill between the government and the DPR can begin soon. The DPR has appointed Commission I of the DPR to discuss the bill with the government.
Although both consider the discussion of the draft law and confiscation of criminal assets important, the government and the DPR will not discuss in the near future. The government still needs time to consolidate power in the DPR, while the DPR claims I still need time to study it. The demand for the regulation to be present immediately became one of the demands of students in the Indonesia Gelap demonstration in several regions. In fact, for the regulation to be issued immediately, students demanded that President Prabowo issue a government regulation in lieu of law Perpu. They considered the regulation urgent to eradicate economic crimes and corruption. Responding to the demands, Minister of Law Supratman Andi Adgas, when met at the Parliament Complex Jakarta, explained that the confiscation of assets result from criminal acts, especially corruption, is the main focus of President Prabowo Subianto. Therefore, the government is said to be ready at any time to submit the draft of the asset confiscation bill to the DPR and discuss it with the DPR. However, before taking that step, the government admit that I need time.
The government policy of streamlining the budget needs to be reviewed because it is carried out unconstitutionally and implemented in ways that are not in accordance with the provision of laws and regulation. The shifting of budget items also needs to be adjusted to the objective of state financial management that have been expressly stated in the Constitution, especially paragraph 4 of the preamble to the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. Researcher of the Constitutional Study Center of the Faculty of Law Andalas University, Beni Kurniailahi, said that the budget efficiency policy regulated through presidential Instruction number 1 of 2025 is legally and constitutionally wrong from a constitutional perspective. There are two parameters that must be used when making budget cuts. First, is it in accordance with the state's objectives stated in paragraph 4 of the preamble to the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia. Second, is the supervision in accordance with the principles of efficiency and good governance.